To give a flavor of how multinational corporations exist around the world, we'll travel first to Hong Kong, which is the former British colony, now a special administrative region in China, followed by Macau, which is the former Portuguese colony, now a special administrative region in China. From there, we'll go to Andorra, a small country that's situated high in the Pyrenees Mountains between Spain and France, and we'll finish with Argentina, down in southern South America.
And nothing says international companies like Starbucks in China here, for that matter, 7-Eleven. A lot of American companies doing business across the world. Here we are in Macau, Starbucks. It was the CEO of Starbucks who said China is the #1 destination for growth for Starbucks coffee. I have a feeling he's right. American companies like McDonald's, Pizza Hut, Kentucky Fried Chicken are all here in Europe. And all those profits, well, let's talk about that.
Esso over there selling gas. Back when I was a kid, Esso was a big name in the US, but at one point they got bought out or merged with another company. It became ExxonMobil. They could no longer use the name Esso in the US, but in lots of other countries they still can. So here in Andorra, little principality between France and Spain, essentially the equivalent of Genovia. But in Andorra they call it Esso, and that means probably that it's owned by the same company, ExxonMobil, which means if I buy gas there should be some profits going to the company that I'm a shareholder in, ExxonMobil, because I own some of that. The question is, are those profits ever going to get back to me? Because we're in a different country here, and there are rules governing the transfer of that money. That's one of the big issues today, is when companies are no longer just in America. They're no longer an American company. Now they're multinational companies. They can be all over the world. There's a McDonald's I passed along the way here. So what happens? What's the tax rate to the profits made in this country on the profits brought back to the U.S.? That becomes controversial because it's very tempting, if you're going to lose all your money in the U.S. by bringing it back, to just leave it in these foreign countries. So in many respects, there's not much difference to them. So, and they can grow and they can prosper and they can wait until U.S. tax policy allows them to move their profits back to the U.S. much more freely, much more cheaply.
See Coca-Cola, it's everywhere here in Argentina.
Shell is here too. And that's important because we have American companies that are investing in Argentina, although unfortunately not very much. That's a real problem here because it's American companies that have capital, or European companies. Most of the Argentinian companies don't have a lot of capital, and that causes, capital is necessary for economy to grow. And it's interesting because it is Shell and McDonald's are where you can find free Wi-Fi here, so you can find things that are important to Americans in Argentina, but the Argentinian companies aren't investing that kind of capital in that infrastructure. Now, one of the reasons why there aren't very many American companies is because of government policies here in Argentina. Their feeling is if an American company is making profits off of Argentinians, then the government of Argentina, for the common good, deserves some of that profits. So every time a company does well, they find the government starts to exploit anything that they do, any of the profits that they make. Here in Argentina, it seems that profit is almost a dirty word. Of course, they do have a socialist president right now, but the problem is, you're never going to get your return on your investment. As an American, I have no interest in investing in Argentinian businesses because I understand that the chances of a return on that investment is pretty limited.